I have two cats with upset stomachs running around my house this morning, and that's 100% not fun. Hi, welcome back. I'm going to spoil this book because I feel like I need to, and also I want to, but I think to discuss it and give a nice good review of it, I need to give away some of its fabulous characteristics and story. I loved this book. It is the summer of 1989, and we are in a small West Texas town. The novel opens with a Motley Crue lyric. The song is Home Sweet Home, and that is the first of many pop culture references from the time period that are sprinkled throughout the novel. Love that. We meet best friends Tolly Driver and Amber Dennison. They're both 17 years old, and they are outcasts. They are not exactly the popular kids in the local high school. Amber is the only Indigenous American student in the high school, and Tolly, his father recently died in a motor vehicle crash. Actually, he was beheaded in a car crash. Tolly is known for having a father who died in a very bad way. Tolly has a peanut allergy, and that is super important. Next, in the book, we meet the popular kids in the high school. And we meet the popular kids as they are in the middle of a group initiation with another kiddo who's not as popular as they are. It goes horribly wrong. The kid's name is Justin Joss. Justin dies during this initiation event. So Justin's death is triggering the events that are going to follow. So some time passes and we meet back up with Tolly and Amber, and they are on their way to a house party. They're basically going to crash a house party that is where all of the popular kids are at. Two very important events happen at this house party. And remember how I said that Tolly has a peanut allergy? That's about to be real important. At the party, Tolly is bullied by a group of band kids. He is tied to a chair and he is forced to drink a concoction that has peanuts in it. Tolly goes into anaphylactic shock. At the same time, the undead zombie of Justin Joss appears at the house party. Hang with me. Justin is there to enact his revenge on all of the kids that wronged him the night that he died. And, oh boy, does he do so. In the area where his hand should be, it is now a very large drill bit. So Justin Joss is at the party to enact his revenge with his drill bit hand on all of the kids that wronged him and caused his death. During this splatterfest, Tolly is revived with an EpiPen. Amber revives him, thump, gives him the shot, and they decide it's probably best if we leave before the cops get here. On their exit, Tolly is hit with some of Justin Joss's undead blood, and he's got a cut on his forehead. He wipes his hand across his forehead, and the Justin Joss blood enters Tolly's bloodstream through this open wound on his forehead. Days pass, and Tolly is starting to change. He's hit by a truck, and he's fine. He hits the ground, he sits right back up. Every time he picks up a knife, it makes a noise. He just starts changing, and he's changing into a slasher. His friend Amber starts to figure all of this out. She has seen the movies, she knows the tropes, she knows what's going on. So she starts to run him through kind of a serial killer slasher battery of tests. She asks him to pick up knives and sharp objects. Every time he picks one up, it makes the sharp, pointy noise. He picks up a spoon, it doesn't make the noise. They go down to the local track. He can run faster than he's ever been able to run before. She makes him throw darts at a dartboard. No matter how he throws it, every single one hits the bullseye. So she figures it out. The summer of 1989. Over 4 days, Tolly kills 6 of the students that wronged him the night of the house party when he went into anaphylactic shock. Just like Justin Joss extracted his own revenge, Tolly Driver is now doomed to do the same. Buckle up. First death, girl named Shannon. She has her head smashed into the side of a trailer. Second death, his name is Leslie. He is slammed into a utility pole next to a grain elevator with belts across his face. Third death, Wes. He is impaled with a pipe, thump, thrown like a javelin. Fourth death, Jenna, strangled by her own hair. Fifth death, Janice. Janice has a twirling baton shoved through her mouth and it comes out the back of her skull. Sixth death, Mel. Mel put up a big, huge fight. Mel is strangled in the back of a police car. The final girl, because every slasher movie has one, of course, is Amber, Tolly's best friend. Amber is not exactly an innocent final girl. She knows the tropes. She knows the game. So she's kind of trying to help, but she's been manipulating kind of how the story goes. So I didn't really understand why and how this put her on the radar, but that puts her on the radar as the final girl, and Tolly goes after his best friend Amber. During their final battle, they are up way high on a grain silo or grain elevator. Grain thing. They're fighting on the top of it, and as Tolly starts to get the upper hand, Amber produces a jar of peanut butter from her pocket or under her shirt. She's got peanut butter with her. She smears this peanut butter on Tolly's face. Of course, we know where this is going to go. Tolly goes into anaphylactic shock. Because he is allergic to peanuts, he falls off of the top of the grain elevator and he hits the ground. Because they are best friends, Amber still saves Tolly's life by removing the peanut butter, by wiping off the smeared peanut butter off of Tolly's face. And what this does is it enables Tolly to do slasher healing, and he's able to heal from the fall and run away from the small Texas town. Tolly runs from Texas to Colorado, and it is now 17 years later. He's in hiding and he works in a car salvage lot. You know, one of those pick your part lots. And one day, Amber's high school truck appears as part of the incoming cars in the pick your part lot. Tolly starts writing a reflection of the events that happened that summer in 1989. He knows that Amber is going to come looking for her high school truck as part of walking down memory lane. And what he's writing is also an apology. It's a memoir, but it's an apology. Writes this up and he puts it in the glove box in Amber's high school truck. So when she does show up with her son to look at her old car, she's going to find this in the glove box. Amber does show up, like Tolly knew that she would. She shows up with her little son. She shows up when Tolly is on his work shift. To prevent killing Amber and to prevent the urge to kill that is now bubbling back up, like his spidey sense in a way, if you want to think of it that way, started to tingle. So he knew Amber is near, Amber is coming. I have to kill her because she is our final girl, right? Tolly uses a jar of peanut butter that he had hidden. Tolly dies by suicide. The final pages of the memoir are left on the printer copier inside the office of the shop, so Amber would find it after she found the pages in her glove box. Content warnings. The obvious extreme blood and gore. We have bullying, there's animal death, suicide, violence, gore. What you think that you would be getting? So what we have is a slasher story told by the slasher. I think it's a fabulous idea. The writing is stream of consciousness writing. It is Tolly's memories. He's recalling bits and pieces and fragments. I love that. I think I established when I read Speedboat by Renata Adler that my brain really likes that kind of writing. I can understand how some people may not entirely like a novel that's written in a more stream of consciousness type of way. It is linear. It does very much follow the story in the novel, but it's not straightforward sentences. I love it. I absolutely love that. It immediately grabbed me in. I am exactly the kind of person that needed to read I'm a Teenage Slasher. It's well done. It's well written. It is well thought out. The setting to me felt exceptionally real, and I don't know if that is my age. I was in high school very soon after the setting of this book would have occurred in 1989. I am in Texas. I don't know, but the setting was crafted beautifully. It was just very, very well done. It felt very real. And the West Texas town that he's writing about is real. It is where the author grew up or lived for a moment of his life. But it's very well crafted. The zombie aspect of Justin Joss took me completely by surprise. I was not expecting that to be in the book at all. I was not expecting that to be the catalyst that kicks things off. There is a lot of humor in this. It's dark humor, as you would expect it to be, but there's a lot of humor in it. The ending is sad. Like the last, say, 20 pages of the book are sad, and ultimately we have a suicide. This is a life of regret and longing. I Was a Teenage Slasher was published in 2024. Its author is Stephen Graham Jones, and on my completely arbitrary ranking scale, on a scale of 1 to 5, this hits it out of the park. This is a solid 5 for me. I loved everything about it. I couldn't put it down. 5 out of 5. I'll see you next time. Bye.